Hi, I'm Jeff, and this is Skill Builders, where we give you just the information you need to build a new skill. Today, as usual, I have Camille here with me, and we are sitting at the 5th Street Bagelery, shameless corporate plug here, talking about blogging.
That's right. We've talked a lot about setting up your blog, the plugins that you can use for your blog, and even the templates. So now you've got a blog, and you're sitting there in front of a screen with a black cursor flashing at you, and you need to decide what to write.
Write something. Write something. Today.
Now, what do you write and what do you do? So that, my friends, is our topic for today. We're going to be talking about how to find topics for your blog. Now, it may be that you've already started blogging and you're running out of ideas, or that you're just starting your blog and you need to know where to start with your topics.
When it comes to picking blog topics, I like to use my favorite quote of all time, which comes from a radio talk show host by the name of Jim Rome. And his quote is this: have a take and don't suck. So when you're getting ready to write your blog post, have a take and don't suck.
Also, nobody wants to listen to a wet noodle sit there and drone about how they could maybe be wrong about this topic. You want to write your post with confidence. You want to be, like we've talked about before, the industry leader, and you want people to know that they can come to you for information.
Let's talk about getting ideas for your blog post. One of the first places you can go to is your industry. You can go to trade magazines, you can go to conferences, places like that. If you just observe what's going on in your industry, you'll come up with many opportunities for topics for your blog.
For example, if you were to have a hula hoop website and you
hula
sold
hoop? Who has hula hoops?
Your mother?
My mother.
If you were to be selling hula hoops, currently there's a trend going on where people are exercising doing hula hoop dancing. It would be a really good idea for you to write a blog post about how hula hooping is not only fun, but it's exercise.
And breaks your hips.
And breaks your hips, because those hips don't lie.
So once you're done having your mother tell you to go out and get your exercise with your hula hoop, the next source that you can turn to is customers for your information. One of the things that we've done at Workforce Training recently is I had one of the people who are on the phone a lot with customers compile a list of the top 10 questions that they get. We've then taken those top 10 lists and we're turning each one of those into a blog post that helps answer our customers' questions. And I got that idea from River Pool and Spas, and that's how they turned themselves in from being an almost bankrupt business to a national leader in the industry, is by answering every conceivable question they thought their customers could have. Whether it was good or bad, they answered it.
Now, if you don't have a customer base yet, you haven't got your blog built and people aren't following you and having those conversations and asking those questions, you can do keyword searches.
Keyword
is exactly what it sounds like. There are keywords that people are using in order to search for the information that they need. So you'll want to choose those words very carefully for your blog. We'll actually be doing another vlog about keyword searches only. And so we'll cover more of that in that
topic. We'll cover it because we want to go in depth, because keyword searches are a critical component to having your blog found, because there are so many different blogs out there. Without the right keywords, you'll never be found.
Right. Also, another thing that we'll be covering, again, in a future vlog is social media and how you can use social media to build your blog. Now, you can go out there and look on Twitter and Facebook for different conversations that are being had about your industry and see what other people are asking, see what your competitors are talking about. You don't want to take their information, because that's obviously plagiarizing.
No, but we can emulate it.
But you can emulate their information. You can take your own stand and don't suck.
And don't suck.
And you can offer your knowledge that you have on it to your community. There is also, anytime that you get new products or new services, you're going to want to talk about those. Talk about the pros and the cons, because you want to be an all-encompassing source of information for that service or product.
And when you're talking about new products and services, don't spend time talking about the features, because people really don't care about the features. What they care about is, how is that product or service going to make their life better? So spend your blog time talking about the benefits that come with that product or service. And by doing that, you'll build a stronger audience base.
Now, those are some good ways to come up with some topics for your blog. Another thing is that I think that a lot of people think that blogs have to be written, you write it and then you hit publish and it happens right then, and so they get overwhelmed. But really, a good idea for making those blog posts is to create a calendar and write on that calendar the days that you're going to be posting and kind of the subject that you're going to be posting about. That helps you to be more organized, to keep your ear to the ground, and if anything comes up that has to do with that, you can start to formulate that blog post in your mind and get that going even before you ever sit down before that cursor of doom.
Write something.
I know.
Plus,
now,
the other
go ahead.
the other thing about the calendar is it gives you a schedule to write. So if you got blog posts coming out on Thursdays, you might want to spend Tuesdays doing your writing and things like that. So it just helps keep you honest in moving forward with getting your blog written.
Our next subject is a touchy one for Jeff and I because, well, I'm right, and Jeff has a hard time with that. So, do you write your blog post or your title first?
Blog post? No.
Oh, see, I'm right.
No.
And Jeff has it internally. He knows that I'm right.
No, it's the blog title goes first.
It's a classic chicken and egg dilemma. I think that you should do your blog post first so that you can put your title around it and make sure that it covers everything that's inside your blog post.
Well, if only 80% of readers never make it past the headline, your headline should be the best thing about your blog post.
What if you decided to call your business The Pasty Lady and then all you could find to sell was tanning lotion?
Well, once I got over being red and embarrassed because of that, I don't know what I would do. I would have to do some keyword searches, which we'll cover in the next blog post, to find out what I can do to help sell my products. Now, another interesting statistic about blog titles is that the right title can impact your traffic by as much as 500%. So you want to choose a good title. Our good friends over at SEO Moz have given us 5 different types of blog titles. There's the normal, the question, the how-to, the numbered blog title, and the reader addressing. Now, Camille, I must ask you, in your infinite wisdom, because you're, right on this one, right?
Obviously.
Which do you think of those types of blog titles is the most read?
Well, because I've read your script, I know
Cheater.
that 36% of people actually prefer a numbered title over anything else. I think they like to just know, people like to have a beginning and an end. They know how long they're going to be invested into this blog post. Is it going to be 7 tips? Is it going to be 3 tips? Is it going to be 101?
List posts always outperform all other types. So make sure you sprinkle your blog calendar with plenty of list posts because you'll get more traffic that way.
Now, we've given you a lot of advice, but if you're really getting stuck and you can't come up with anything, just invite some friends over to your house, put out a fruit and cheese platter, and tell them that none of them can eat anything until you get 15 solid ideas for blog post titles.
That works. I'm Jeff, and this is Camille, and it always will be Camille. And today's topic has been finding topics for your blog. That's a lot of topics for one vlog, right? Well, if you'd like more information on this topic, please visit our website at cetrain.isu.edu, where we have blog posts, more video blogs, and classes that'll help you become a better blogger.
Next time we'll be talking about how to structure and format your blog, the paragraphs, the pictures, things like that, how to get that blog really, really strong.
You want everything centered, don't you?
Yes, just because every word that comes out of your mouth is poetry.
Well, until next time, keep learning.
Oh, great. Awkward coffee sound.